Hi, I'm Catharyn Baird, CEO of Ethics Game, and so pleased to be part of conversations and continuing conversations about how we can best navigate in this world. A question that was recently asked was, how do we deal when we move into negotiations with unequal knowledge or unequal power, or more importantly, unequal skill in the negotiating agreement? Part of what the answer to this question is depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Now, I was a trial attorney for many years, and in a trial setting, you assume that people are of equal competence in terms of preparation. And if they're not, you just chose a bad gladiator. But when you move into a business setting, you have relationships that you want to continue over time. And so as you think about how am I going to negotiate this particular agreement, you think about four things. The first thing you think about is, what do I want to accomplish? As people come to the table, each party should have thought through, what do they want to accomplish? What is their baseline? What are their non-negotiables? And use that as a starting point for conversation about how the actual details of the conversation should unfold. The next thing that people need to think about falls in what we call the responsibilities lens, which is equality of information. Have you given truthful information in the information exchange, which happens in any contract negotiation? Have I released fair documents? Have I asked for what I need in order to move this forward? But mostly, is it accurate? Is it complete? Is it trustworthy? Then you move into, what kind of a relationship do I want? Now, sometimes relationships are adversarial, where you're negotiating a breakdown in the contract. But more often than not, they are laying the foundation for how you're going to work together in the future. And if what you want to do is to be a business partner that is respected, a business partner that understands the balance between accountability and grace, you're not going to want to go and cutthroat and get every detail you can, but you're really going to think about, what do they need and want? What do I need and want? And how can we come to something that will lay the foundation for a relationship that will be trustworthy as we go on? The final test is, what would my colleagues think? If I had this brought out as a case study in a business school, would people go, wow, she was really a shark. I don't know if I'd ever want to do business with her, or, that was fundamentally pretty fair. Now, out of this, we don't have an obligation to educate anybody. We don't have an obligation to increase their skill set in negotiation. Each of us in our capacity has our own responsibility of making sure our own skills are as good as they can be. But out of it is, we look to how we're going to do business, how we're going to be in relationship over a longer period of time. What tone do you want to set? What kind of a person do you want to be? And how do you want this outcome to come, so both parties and the community as a whole can thrive? Thank you.